Right, thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. So, yes, this podcast is about a name and lady named Lucy, of whom I would like to thank. Is that right? Is that what you say? Of whom? Whom of which? Of which? Of whom which? Which whom? I don't even know. I haven't got a clue. Anyway, thank you, Lucy. Very good life lesson for everybody here. If you don't know the fuck I'm on about, I don't blame you. I don't know that anyone does. So it's a lesson that was taught to me about 4 years ago by a South African man that was trying to get me to extend my credit card limit so I could buy a training course off him. And the theory was you ask for 15 grand. If they offer you 10, you say thank you, Lucy, because apparently everybody that works at the end of a phone line is called Lucy. So the theory is you've asked for 15. She said, sorry, I'm only allowed to give you 10. You say, thank you, Lucy. Have a nice day. And you walk away with your 10 grand. Now, you only need another 5 to be able to buy the extremely expensive training course. Well, finding 5 grand is a whole lot easier than trying to find 15, because you've just managed to raise 10 on your own. That's why you say thank you, Lucy. If you're lucky, Lucy will give you everything up front in one go. But we all know Lucy. She ain't going to do that. But all that aside, that's a load of bollocks. You don't need to worry about any of that shit. I'm not going to ask anybody to extend their credit card limit, and I'm not expecting anyone to do so. But thank you, Lucy, is extremely valuable when you start embracing it in day-to-day life. And it's something that I did it earlier today. I can't even remember what it was, but I remember saying thank you, Lucy. It's basically when an opportunity or a situation or a problem or anything really arises, thank you, Lucy can quite often apply and be the thing that gets you out of the shit. So let's say you just need a tenner for something. I don't know why you don't. For argument's sake, you don't have a tenner and you need one. We've all been there as a kid, haven't we? When you're like, oh, I need 10 quid. Well, you ask around. You ask a few people now. Sorry, I haven't got a tenner. And then someone says, I got 8 quid. Thank you, Lucy. Because now you can go back to all those other people and say, look, I only need 2 quid. And I'm sure shit, the first one will go, oh, fine, there you go, there's 2 quid. Boom, there you go. Lucy just solved your problem for you. Even though she didn't solve it in one go, she just did. And I find that it's an extremely little beneficial little nugget of life in embracing the thank you, Lucy. And it literally applies so often. You don't even realise it. But when you need help with something, you ring around, ask who's available. Oh, I can't do the whole time. If you need help from, let's say you need some help from 10 until 3, well, you ring someone and they're like, oh, fuck, I can't get there till like midday. I'll get there from 12. I can do 12 till 3. Fuck, I need someone here from 10, really. We'll carry on ringing, because someone might go, oh yeah, I can do 10 till 12. Boom, thank you, Lucy. You got 2 Lucys. Job's a good one. Literally, thank you, Lucy is one of the most beneficial little lessons I've learned in the last few years. Like I said, it was about 4 years ago, I reckon, I learned this little lesson. And it literally it's a game changer. Once you start understanding thank you, Lucy, it's going to be hard for you, because you need to somehow keep it at the forefront of your mind. But it'll get there. You'll get there. It's just, honestly, I almost get as passionate about it as I do the Japanese hand planes. And again, if you haven't looked it up yet, you need to have a look. And I didn't realise, I got a plane in the garage, right? Well, sorry, that was a bit poppy, wasn't it? I have a plane in the garage that I just wasn't getting on with. I just can't really get the knack of it. So I was watching one of my hand plane things, and learning about it, and learning how to sharpen it, and all the rest of it. I was like, fuck. So I went out and had a look at it. Fucking blade was in backwards. The whole fucking time the blade's in backwards. I can believe it. I don't know how I hadn't noticed it before. So now it slides along lovely. Alright, I'm not going to Japan to compete anytime soon. Oh, what a beauty. I just thought it was fucked. I couldn't figure it out. Like, it's sharp, why isn't it working? Fucking thing's in the wrong way around, wasn't it? Anyway, fun fact for you, because I forgot to do it at the beginning. Biochar. You ever heard of it? Probably not. What it is, it's the carbon skeleton of a piece of wood. So if you burn a bit of wood in a very low oxygen environment, then that's what you get. You get biochar. And I'm sure you know, especially anyone that's got a wood burner, you'll know what I'm on about here. You must have had it where you've had a fire or even a campfire or a barbecue or anything. Bit of wood on there. And then there's sort of like, there's a bit that hasn't really burnt away to ash. And it's just like a real fragile, crackly looking sort of, well, yeah, burnt out bit of wood really. But it's literally just the carbon left. Now 1 gram of biochar, which is basically from the knuckle on your thumb to the tip of your thumb, that sort of size, roughly. That's about 1 gram of biochar. Now the surface area of said biochar is the same as a tennis court, which I think is fucking fascinating. And I'm sure the rest of you are probably thinking, what the fuck? But honestly, I think it's amazing. That's incredible, isn't it? Something the size of the tip of your thumb as the surface area of a tennis court. And it's not something weird from outer space. It's literally, you can make it in your own garden. I bet you're wondering though, what relevance does this have? Why do we need to worry about it? Why are you telling me about biochar? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to take you to the Amazon now. Peru or Brazil, whichever bit you'd like to be in, makes no odds to me. There is a substance called terra preta, which is a man-made soil that only exists in the Amazon. And it originates from an unknown amount of time ago because it's still up for debate. And archaeologists are having this argument. They're flying drones around with LiDAR, scanning it all, trying to find civilizations, blah, blah, blah. But basically, where you find old civilizations in the Amazon, some tribes that are still there, they refer to it as the black soil. I think that's what they call it. And it's really, really fertile soil. And it also is completely regenerative and self-generating, whatever you want to call it, self-restoring. So you don't really have to put anything back into it. So you can keep growing crops out of it. And it'll just keep going and going and going and going and going. But it's a man-made soil, and they know it's man-made because they've done analysis on it and all the rest of it. And they just can't recreate it. They cannot get a true recreation of it. Because if you think about it, that would be the solution to like agriculture, wouldn't it, and feeding the world. If you can have a fully regenerative soil that you literally have to never put anything back into, but you can keep taking crops out of it, well, that completely destroys the need for fertiliser, doesn't it? Which can only be a good thing, really, in the bigger picture. But anyway, so there's this man-made soil called terra preta in the Amazon, and people way, way back in an unknown amount of time ago somehow figured it out. Now, trial and error to me doesn't really add up. They've got to fucking known it somehow. But anyway, so it consists of... Sorry, I yawned. It always makes me yawn doing the podcast. You've probably noticed. I don't know why. I'm not really tired. But as soon as I start talking on this, I can't stop bloody yawning. And I can never hit pause in time. So I'm sorry. But now a load of you are yawning as well, aren't you, I reckon? Yawn, yawn, yawn. So yeah, it's man-made soil made up of plant matter, organic matter, bit of people shit, bit of animal shit. There's ceramic in it. And biochar. And the role of the biochar is to add an extremely high surface area, so all the microbes and bacteria and all the rest of it that live in the soil that are key for decomposing, they have somewhere to live. More bacteria, the more decomposing you can be doing. So yeah, that's where biochar comes into. So that's where it all comes back to. And if you're thinking, I wish I never listened to this, think thank you, Lucy, because now you know something that may just come in fucking handy one day. Could be real beneficial. But now my brain's just thinking about biochar in the Amazon. Be a cool place to go though, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm just going to leave it alone because I'm probably boring a lot of you. But thank you, Lucy. Biochar. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.